where you go. A place I've never known, a place I've never known. Can see it in your eyes. Somewhere that you call home, somewhere that you call. Come on in, we've all been waiting. See a people evaporating. Let's set sound, no destination, come play. Got my pupils dilated, flashing lights, I'm feeling pain. I can feel my face hurting. Ooh. Me where you go. A place I've never known, a place I've never known. Can see it in your eyes. Somewhere that you call home, somewhere that you call. Come on in, we've all been waiting. See a people evaporating. Let's set sound, no destination, come play. Got my pupils dilated, flashing lights, I'm feeling pain. I can feel my face hurting. Ooh.
Was no question. Let's just say there was no question. Okay. I mean, there were questions, but it all started with no question.
Are we up, Miggy?
We're live.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. So I saw the clip. Yeah, I didn't see that. I saw probably the first hour and a half of the podcast. Yeah. I haven't finished it yet. I haven't.
And what I don't like, because the clips, they put him in a bad light because he's like crying and whatever. By the way, guys, we're talking about Sean Strickland and Theo Von.
I didn't get that vibe from the clip. No, I didn't get that vibe from the clip.
Because he's emotional and everything like that. It might put him in a bad light because he's being emotional.
I do think Dreykus will just use this as more ammunition.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, but I mean, who cares? Whatever. He's gonna keep talking shit. I don't know. I find it a little convenient and with a bit of irony that we're talking about Sean Strickland being angry about someone else talking shit about him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the shit he says, which I know if you saw in the podcast, he says like, oh, there's certain things you don't talk about, this and that, you know. childhood trauma being one of those, apparently.
Yes, and then it kind of like escalates from there, which you
Yeah.
haven't seen yet. It becomes
Well, they
it's a
talk
little more
about it-
organic into
They
the
talk
whole
about it
crying
in
thing.
the beginning of the podcast, and then I guess they bring it up again at the end, and that's
So
when
the
whole
reason I'm
clip
not
happens.
saying more stuff is because he hasn't seen the rest of it. So
Yeah, so I haven't seen the ending of the podcast where he actually that happens and stuff, because they bring it up, like I said in the beginning when they talk about UFC and stuff, but I guess they the
You
whole
can spoil
clip
it
of
for him.
the whole
Instagram-
clip.
if-
No, I'm
if
not
he-
doing
if
it. I'm
he goes
not-
on
'cause-
Instagram, Facebook, anything reels.
Well, I've seen the
he's
clip.
Probably gonna see like any of the clips.
I've seen the clip.
So
That's
the
what made me go
clips-
watch the
The
podcast.
clips are shit. They take they put it in a different light. The clips are shit. You have to watch the full content. I hate to sound like Andrew Tate, but you have to watch the full
clip that I
content.
watched was very positive.
Yeah, I know. That's what
it
I was
just-
saying. The clip I got
it was
didn't seem
very-
like in a bad light.
It shared both men's capability of showing their emotions, and Theo Vaughn was like the big brother there. He was supporting him. Like, it's okay, buddy. You can take your time.
I'll just sit here with you for a
Well,
minute or
Theo,
something like that, right?
Theo One went all fucking. He went all emotional on Rogan. You seen Theo One and Rogan, bro? Rogan and Theo
They have a
One.
very good relationship.
Yeah, Theo One was just like fucking. He always talks about his stuff, but on Rogan it was another story. Like he was just like, I'm on Rogan, like this is it.
Do you guys
know
see
what I mean?
Dave Chappelle's new special on Netflix?
saw the
I
advertisement,
started
haven't
it,
watched
but I
yet.
didn't finish it, and apparently it's really fucking good. It talks about Lil Nas and everything.
Yeah.
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 So Justin actually gave me the other opinion. He said he didn't like it.
He didn't
Oh,
like
really?
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was more. It was like in a scale of 1 to 10.
Was it because he went?
You know what?
Was
in a
it?
scale of 1 to Dave Chappelle, I think he was around like a 7.
Is that because he went the fucking cringe route and he was talking about like handicapped people? Is
No,
that why?
Not at all. Actually, I thought it was funny and
the
genius
beginning?
the way he did it. And he's very good about throwing out a joke and then being able to bring it back again later on in the show. But no, he did that great. The thing I didn't like about it was very, very political, which maybe some viewers don't understand.
His last one was pretty political.
Okay, so I
too.
haven't seen the whole thing. I just saw like 5 minutes of it. I started it, but I never.
His
finished.
last
It's
one was
very-
pretty political as well.
It's very political and very. He's shooting shot. He because of his title and his greatness, he's trying to do the what's it called, the is it philosophy or is it
Oh, okay.
anthropology?
So he went into the whole the
Giving-
philosophical route and try to
exactly,
be like
yeah,
funny
yeah.
about it.
Like
Okay, yeah.
this is what I believe. Like his beliefs and just
So
I'm
you
not
know,
the biggest fan of that kind of comedy.
so
it's conscious. It's a conscious.
I-
rap.
I-
It's a conscious rap.
I don't.
He
I
do a conscious comedy special.
I can fuck with it, but it's not like my favorite. I like random out of the fucking blue
I like the
comedy.
relatable comedy.
So you've seen what's the white boy's name? Matt
I like
Matt
Intrusive
Rife.
Thoughts,
Matt
Matt
Rife.
Rife. Yeah.
You've
I like-
seen his crowd work, right? It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's very good.
Bro, I watched his fucking Netflix special, and it was like, eh. Like a lot of people think he's funny. Yeah, he's funny when he's like impromptu, like boom, 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 boom,
And
boom,
you notice
with
at the,
people.
at the end of the special, he says, "And all I do is crowd work, huh?" And
Yeah.
drops the mic, whatever.
Yeah,
Did you guys-
I thought the special was decent.
Do you guys like Cat Williams?
yeah. I love Cat Williams. I think
I've
Cat
watched a
Williams is
couple
one
of
my
specials
favorite
when I was a
ones.
kid, but I haven't
He
kept
just
up with
did
anything.
an episode with Shannon Sharp.
Yes.
AKA Ocho Cinco.
Wait,
He
he's
threw
talking about.
fireballs at everybody in the stand-up comedy world.
Yep.
Well, not everybody, but Kevin Hart, Cedric the Entertainer,
P Diddy.
P Diddy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's like, that's why you don't party.
Yeah,
That's why
you don't party with P Diddy. It was good. It was good.
Yeah. And,
Shannon Sharp went at someone the other day. Oh man.
Well, here's
saw
the
this
thing with
little
Cat
clip and I was
Williams.
like, Shannon, what are you saying?
I cannot get over this 15-year-old boy beating the shit out of Cat Williams. I can't get like when that shit happened. I was like, Cat, bruh, like I mean, duck, do something.
That
you
was
know?
his greatest comedy special of all time.
Yeah, I guess. You
was that
you're
video?
giving a bad name to all of us short kings, all right, bitch? Just do something.
Go do some
Pimp this
jujitsu,
bitch out or
Cat.
something.
Go do some jujitsu.
Yeah,
a couple Muay Thai
something.
classes.
But yeah, apparently Cedric the Entertainer stole his jokes and basically made hundreds, if not millions, of dollars off of them. And then Kevin Hart got the role that he was supposed to get. I think it was because the character was gay and he didn't want to do the role as a gay character, so he just wanted to change that out of the role.
Was that the $50 million he turned down? He said he
Correct.
turned it down 3 times.
Yeah, for dignity. Yeah.
I seen that one rant of Kevin Hart on the Breakfast Club just laying into Cat Williams, especially when Cat I think was hating on what's that female comedian's name that's done a couple movies now with Kevin Hart. You know what I'm talking about? Black female, she's a comedian. God damn it, she's famous as
she
shit.
kind of looks butch, tall,
She's famous as shit. She's a little tall, yeah, I think so.
with her hair like this, like she's still from
No,
80s.
not her, not Ghostbusters chick. No. God damn, I can't remember the name, but I do remember what Shannon Sharp said, and I was like, "Yo, you fucking crazy. You don't know shit about MMA at least." He was talking to Francis Ngannou, and he was telling Francis, "Oh, you know, like I believe like the reason that all these fighters, like certain fighters that were big at certain points, didn't like stay in the spotlight and aren't the greatest of all time, this and that, are because they're so one-dimensional fighters. Like Ronda Rousey, one-dimensional fighter, and he says Conor McGregor, one-dimensional fighter, and right there, Francis goes, Conor not a one-dimensional fighter.
Yeah.
He tells him, it's like, yeah, but all he can do is throw punches.
Ronda
Francis-
Rousey, I can see.
Ronda
but-
Rousey, I can see, but the Connor's got decent ground game, great kicks, and Francis tells him he's got a good ground game. And he goes, oh, but he doesn't wrestle in his fights. He goes, well, because that's not his, like, forte.
He's not style, yeah.
That's not his forte, but doesn't mean he doesn't know how to wrestle, and doesn't mean he doesn't know great jiu-jitsu. And he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
I don't know what
Yeah,
it is.
actually, no, I did see a picture of him post.
Did he buy it?
He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he posted the other day him shirtless with the black belt around his neck, like saying something witty. But yeah, Shannon Sharp, that was a mistake of yours talking shit about Conor McGregor.
Well, Shannon Sharp, I mean, you good commentating football. Just stick there.
Right.
Just stay there. That's your thing.
They roasted, what's the other guy that did does basketball commentary? Another black guy as well. They roasted him. One day he was at like a UFC event, and they asked him to go talk, and he just like opened up, and they roasted the shit out of him.
Well, not only
And
that,
he came out afterwards and said like, I wasn't even there for that. They asked me if I could do that once I was there for the event. I was just a normal person to go there to get entertained. Like I wasn't there to work, and they asked me to do it while I was there. Damn, I can't remember his name.
So I also saw Shannon Sharp talk about like fucking relationships and women, and the shit that he was saying is like, bro, you talking about tricking on women, like paying women and things like that, and I was like, I don't know if that's, you know what I mean, like it just almost saying like you can't get it without paying, because not only you have to pay, but then you pay more, it's just like, I don't know.
About.
I mean, Shannon Sharp, do your thing. I mean, we could always collab. You know what I'm saying? If you see this, hey, I really like you.
Now, let me ask you guys a question. What do you guys think about this? It was, I'll pull it up. It was someone famous asked this question. Lil Duval. When y'all fly, do you talk to the people sitting next to you?
I usually, when I have like I usually get the aisle seat, and there's usually somebody sitting at the window. Usually no one sits in the middle, because they're the brokies. They're the last ones on the plane. So I usually like this, and I don't talk to them unless it's a pretty girl. If it's a pretty girl, I'm like, hey, hello, and then I'll see the vibes. And then like from the hey, hello,
Vibes.
I'll know what time she's on, if she's on a demon time or not. Then I'll have a conversation. And matter of fact, this happened to me when I was flying to Colombia. I met this girl. She was tall as shit. Wasn't very pretty, but tall as hell, like much taller than me. And I started talking to her. She ended up being 24, and she fucking kept calling me. Like, hey, when are we gonna meet up? Blah blah blah. And I was like, no.
This is when you were where again?
Colombia. We were flying to Colombia, and she's like, hey, let's meet up. My friends are out with me. Let's meet up. So I knew she was looking for like a free meal, because she was coaching them. She's from United States, so she's coaching them. So I was like, yeah, like later, here, there, and I never really met up with her. But I don't know, I'll probably find the text message if I look for it, And that was the only time I really like kind of, but then she was looking for something else. But most of the conversations I've ever had, they were like, older people that you just being cordial with.
The only time, every time I think of like conversations on a plane, I think of that, like the racist chick that I had an encounter with on the plane.
Oh, I don't know about this one.
Yeah, I've told it on the spot before. Had a guy, he was like 6'4". He sat behind me and his knees were like in my back.
Oh, yeah.
And I like told him something, and it wasn't nothing too crazy. It got to the point where like on my third time telling him, like, I was like with a little bit of attitude, of course, right? Because he's like sitting in the seat like I am.
Yeah.
right? Or like at one point he was like on the edge of it and like his knees in my back. Like, bro, I get you're 6'4", but like put your ass in the back of the seat, like sit how you're supposed to sit
up.
and you know your knee won't be maybe as much in my ass, right? And one of the times I told him, the chick that was sitting next to him, he sat next to this white girl. They didn't know each other, and they were chatting each other up and shit. I can tell. And I was on a vacation with Emily's family. I think we were coming back for her mom's birthday from DR, from Punta Cana. And the white girl goes, "Foreigners." And bro, I flipped a switch. I was like, "What the fuck is your problem?" And the dude, it's funny because I was like, me and him were having the initial interaction, right? And it wasn't a nice interaction. His fucking knee was in my back, right? And he kind of like tried to bring it down. He's like, "Oh no, she's talking about me. I'm like, I don't know, some fucking European country. I don't remember where. But white dude, white girl, all the Hispanics. It was like 20 of us that plane yelling.
Yeah, she was talking shit.
Yeah, she was talking shit, and so I remember I said something, and right away like an attendant came by. It's like, "Is there a problem?" And I was like, "This girl said some wild shit, and this kid's knees in my back." And they got him a new seat, and she shut the fuck up. That was nice. That was a nice experience because it was funny too because Emily, it was me. I was in the aisle seat, Emily in the middle, and her grandpa at the on the window. And bro, like he caught the vibes. He knew she said like it's like he knew she said something racist, bro. It's like nobody even communicated to him what was happening, bro. He started yelling on the plane. What the fuck is this girl talking about in Spanish? And telling her to go to the shit and shit like that in Spanish. It was pretty funny. He was talking shit to himself in his seat, screaming. Yeah, that was a fun interaction. You know, that's the only conversation
shit from no woman.
That's the only conversation I ever remember having on a plane now. Besides that,
I usually try to keep it to a fucking minimum on a plane. I don't know. What about you, Mickey?
I have some.
What's up, Matt?
I have some. Oh, Matt's here. What's up, man? I have a thought that I came by with today. You know, just ran through my brain. Can you give your opinion publicly and not be criticized for it?
No.
Probably not, no.
No, there's always going to be an incel, 14-year-old incel, that's going to talk shit about what you said. It's just going to be there.
I was scrolling through Instagram, and I saw a post, and somebody had made a comment. And they just started bashing the other comment.
What do you mean?
Like, they started bashing the comment that was made.
Yeah, so, that happens, man. Like, the moment you go in and you see some controversial shit, and you want to give your opinion on it, I mean, first someone already gave their opinion, and they're bashing them in the comments. If you try and go put something in the comments, they're gonna come at you, one side or the other. It all depends.
Well, see, I think anytime there's a controversial comment, anybody that says a comment back, they're like, well, actually, you know, like it's those fucking professors that come out actually, you know, and most of the time it's just some bullshit that they're saying that they read in a fucking book. You know what I mean? It doesn't apply to the real world, and they're just talking out of their fucking ass. But
and then earlier I was telling you guys about the guy that got saved in the ocean. This man got saved it was off New Zealand. He was in the water for 23 hours, and he was able to signal off a boat with his watch.
Wait, are you talking about what kind of watch was he wearing?
I don't know.
A Breitling watch?
I want to get it.
It's probably the Breitling watch where you just say, you know, the Breitling watch that has that little thing that's $100,000.
No. I think he's talking about signaling it with reflection.
Oh, with reflection.
Yeah, during the day.
Yeah.
So he was in the water for 23 hours, and he was glinting, and the fishermen saw the glint, and they were like, "What's that?" And they were like,
this motherfucker won naked and afraid, like
he was
by
so
a margin,
dude.
Where was this? New Zealand, you said?
This is in New Zealand, yeah.
So I don't like think about like, well, what kind of watch was he wearing that it was in a fucking saltwater and that bitch was still working? Well, I guess the glass.
It doesn't have to work, bro.
The glass. Yeah, I guess, you know.
Oh, so what had happened to him was he got pulled overboard without a life jacket, and the current was so strong, and the boat was idling, so he couldn't catch up to the boat.
Oh shit! So this motherfucker was swimming in that water like a beast.
Whoa! And he got pulled off because he was trying to catch a marlin.
Yes.
He got pulled into the water trying to catch a marlin without a life jacket.
He also got circled by a shark as well, but he said the shark was just kind of curious.
Did it pet it?
I would be kicking the fuck out the water.
You would be boxing it?
No, your best bet is to stay calm. The more erratic movement you make, the more predatory instinct you'll trigger, and the more they're gonna.
They're just gonna probably try to defend themselves.
Anything under there to save myself or just poke at it with like a spear. definitely trying to kick it or some shit.
Poking
If
at it
I'm
with my
treading
fingers.
water,
With your
Definitely.
fingers.
Yeah, right in the eye.
See, this is my thing. Every time I think about a shark attack event, I'm like, wait, you have to think about it this way. You're floating in the water, right? Salt water. So you can't really like look under to see.
No.
It's probably choppy. You can't
Well,
really
no, you
see
can.
into the
It
water.
hurts your eyes, but you can.
You can. I remember one time, one summer, I went to the beach enough to the point where like it like got my eyes kind of like got used to it. Yeah, and I could look underwater. It would like give me like the most minor little burn that I didn't even
you're
even
fucking
bother me.
superhuman, man. Because if you do that for like 2-3 times, you don't even want to get in the water anymore.
Look,
No, it didn't
on
bother
the
me.
first time, yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
do
I'm
that
saying, I
all
went
the
to the
time.
beach.
The rest of the time,
I was
you're
going to the
just
beach
I
like
wanna
4
go
times a
home.
week.
You know, I can't. So there was this thing. So when I was a little kid, I
Wanna
dragged
go
my
home.
mom. I dragged my mom to take swimming classes, right? And our coach was fucking anal. He would beat the shit out of you, like literally with this ruler, if you close your eyes as you were swimming under the water. So since that time, there's like when I get under the water, my eyes are always open. It doesn't matter if it's pool, it's salt water, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the fucking 30 minutes, my eyes are fucking burning like I've just smoked 3 pounds of weed on my own. You know what I mean? But I always keep my eyes open. Doesn't matter
Really?
what kind of water it is. Always.
Nah, I mean, for me, it's like nowadays, the only time I open my eyes underwater is if I get into my own pool, usually, and I can smell that there's not a lot of chlorine in the water.
Yeah.
Because I've had a pool in my house for now 20 years, so like I can basically get into any pool if it's a chlorine pool and kind of smell
Yeah,
and be
you
able
smell
to
the
tell
chlorine immediately.
how potent the water is with that chlorine. Because if it's fresh, if they put chlorine within the past like 3-4 days, maybe 3, you're gonna have some serious burning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have some serious
No,
burning
but
and
that,
irritation in your eyes.
fresh chlorine, like it'll hurt your nose. Like it gets your nose and you kind of like feel it in the back of your head.
Well,
Like,
that's
if it's
kind
very,
of
very
water.
fresh.
Water in general, when it kind of goes into your nose, I feel like that shit burns. Chlorine and salt water are even worse. You know, when you're in the pool and stuff. But like,
Yeah, but have you tried salts?
the
Huh?
smelling salts.
Yeah, smelling salts.
Have you guys ever done the saline wash where you like put the little
No, I've
balloon
never
thing
done it.
to one nose and it like flushes to the
No,
other?
I've never done
It
that.
feels really fucking weird.
Weird?
It feels really fucking weird. The first time I did it, it was just the weirdest experience. You gotta like lean over the sink, put it in one side, have this like warm saline water, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to breathe out of your nose, so it like closes that cavity to where it just goes straight through the nasal cavity instead
Yeah.
of coming out of your mouth. I've had it before where like you're like it accidentally comes out of your mouth and stuff, and salty ass water. No, I mean it's nice when you're sick. Like for example, right now my throat started hurting yesterday, and so a little stuffy and shit. And so tonight, not tonight, but tomorrow night, probably when I go to Emily's house, I'll probably have her.
Well, the thing is, what happens is like you got cavities. Not only like it's not just one hole, right? Like you got cavities right here in your cheekbones,
Yep.
and you also have cavities right here.
Yep.
The reason you have that is because the cold air gets in, and it actually gets warm there before like you actually inhale it. Otherwise, you'll fucking burn your throat. You'll have like a freeze burn.
You know, I remember when I was growing up, I haven't had this happen in a long time, but when I was growing up, I used to constantly have a problem where like my nose would get so dry and like cold air would really, really, really bother me. I haven't had this happen in a long time, but when I was a kid, it used to constantly happen where during the cold time or even just like chilling in school, if the classroom got too cold or whatever, my nose would start fucking burning.
You know what's really funny? In Florida, apparently because of the fucking pollen and shit, most people, if you live long enough here, most people will develop like these little tiny polyps in those cavities, and that's actually the reason why people get allergies.
Do you think that's probably one of the reasons why I never had allergies until the last couple of years?
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, I never had allergies at all, like zero. And now I'm having allergies during pollen season. I remember a couple of different kinds of fruit. Like I've had during pollen season, if I eat apples, they'll fucking
fuck you up.
burn my throat like crazy.
Yeah, no, I didn't develop allergies until I went to fucking New Jersey. Out of all the places, it was in New Jersey, and that's what was the first time I got the allergies. But that was like 10 years ago. Anyway, guys, I don't want to kill the vibe, but like, subscribe, please, and
Yeah,
Vitality in the
Vitality.
chat. You get your credit. Go visit Vitality this Saturday. I'm gonna be there right around 11 o'clock. If you want to hang out with me at 11 o'clock, come out. We'll do the cold tub together. We'll talk shit. One of these days we're gonna record it because conversations are wild when we're doing the cold tub. It's fucking crazy. Usually we're standing there with fucking just underwear and like shaking and shit. It's fun.
So you know how you said Rolex dropped their prices? Not
No,
dropped,
no,
sorry,
increased
increased
5%.
It seems to only be in the UK. for now.
So they're
That's
gonna,
what I saw in the
yeah.
post.
So they increased it in UK, which means that we're gonna get it too across the board. They're
Yeah.
going 5% up.
It
Across the
didn't
board.
seem to be 5% exactly. Like different watches.
Yeah,
range.
different ones. Yeah, just averages out.
It's like
at 5%.
350 to maybe a couple hundred here and there that they've prices have moved.
Well, on some of the gold ones, they went up like thousands.
Right.
So
I know like the
platinum went up like fucking $3,500.
GMT only thing went up 350.
Yeah, 350. But at 350, they're still pricing them pretty fucking high. you know?
Yeah. So it was 10,650. I think they have it at 11 now. Is what it was.
10,650? No, I think it's got to be more than that. Is it? No, it's got.
It's 10, I think 10,650
yeah.
for the GM, like a normal GMT, is still
Yeah.
GMT. And then like Date Just was a couple $100 only.
Yeah,
Went
yep.
from like
It's the gold
five,
watches that you can
five,
see there.
5,750, 5,750 to like I think $6,000 flat, something like that.
The gold and platinum watches where you can see the largest difference. The gold, platinum, and diamonds. That's where you can see the
expensive from the get, right?
Yeah. So we do have some topics for you guys today. But there is one topic that I really want to talk about, and that's there's two, right?
Is it the one we brought up before?
Yeah, there's the one that we brought up. They're both that we brought up.
I'll read the little headline so we can get an official headline here from
Yeah.
So victim alleges that Stephen Hawking had an underage orgy with Jeffrey Epstein and offered to pay the victim's family to keep quiet. So as some of you have heard, some of the Epstein files have been released to the public now. So we're seeing some fun things and some fun names mentioned. Like, I haven't seen this in official articles. I saw this on a basic little meme. It might have been a clickbait bullshit.
So what happened?
They did say like quoting Epstein, like Clinton likes him young, something like that.
Yes. So what happened? They released the files on this website. Within 2 minutes, website was crashed. Internet went fucking berserk. They're like, did nobody take a fucking screenshot of this list? So apparently, it's impossible almost to take a screenshot because it's 900 fucking pages, and I guess each person has its own little fucking chapter in this 900 pages.
Different files.
Yeah.
Compared to like 800 or 900
So
pages.
apparently, the website crashed and they haven't released it after that. So the media is reviewing these files. So there was Michael Jackson, some fucking
Clinton.
royalty from England.
I have the list.
Yeah, some billionaire.
You also have to remember, this is not Jeffrey Epstein's list. It's
Ghislaine
Maxwell's.
yeah. Ghislaine Maxwell's.
Oh,
I can't say her first name.
Ghislaine. I don't know if I fucking say it.
Yeah, Ghislaine, something like that.
Yeah. So, talking about that, there was a thing where they questioned her about Donald Trump. And they're like, have you seen Donald Trump on an island? She said, no, I don't remember ever seeing him.
David Copperfield as well.
David Copperfield, yeah.
Jean-Luc Brunel, a French model, apparently.
There are a bunch of people, like a billionaire investor, some fucking royalty from England, which we knew about it already.
But Donnie wasn't fucking with it, though. Because Donnie banned him off of his Mar-a-Lago location.
Yes. So they asked her, have you seen Donnie at New York location? No. Island? No. Mexico? No. Like, have you seen anywhere? So she said no to everything on Donnie.
Right.
So a lot of people were alleging, because Donnie, it's been reported, like it's widely known that Donnie has always had connections to Epstein, right? Like, and there's this, this reporter chick that lives in South America right now. She wrote 2 books. One of them is about the corruption in the United States. The second one is about Epstein. And she literally, in an Epstein book, she talks about how Donnie is also involved within that. As a matter of fact, she also talks about Elon, how Elon also was like in connection with Donnie somehow, right? So, bottom line is, Donnie, the arch nemesis of the world, is not part of the fucking list.
The enemy of the Matrix.
Yeah, the enemy of the Matrix is not part of the fucking list. So,
but wait, let's talk about the more interesting part.
Hawking.
Stephen
Hawking?
I have so
bro.
many questions. The first one is, what the fuck? The second one is, how does this man? This man was the stereotypical loser that ended up being a loser. That wasn't a loser.
bruh.
My thing is like, so he had let's not even talk about the
He wasn't a
underage
very
part,
good-looking
right?
guy from an early, young age, and this must have been in the 60s before he was crippled. As
But
well.
what is he like? How does he communicate what he wants? Like, how does that
Email.
even play out?
Email.
How does that even
back then
play
they were
out?
probably using Outlook or
Didn't Hawking
Word.
pass away a couple years ago?
Yeah, he
Yes,
did.
he passed away. I don't know when exactly.
He passed away like a year ago or year and a half ago, I think.
2018. Before the vid.
Oh, wow.
So more
5
than that,
years
yeah,
ago.
5
Wow.
years ago. Oh shit.
Before the vid.
Before the vid. I mean, that would have got him maybe.
So this guy had an orgy. Just stop laughing, bro.
Yo.
Stop laughing.
No, it's okay to laugh. This guy fucked underage little girls, so it's okay.
He's
So-
not wrong. He's not wrong.
Hey,
He's
listen.
not wrong.
Listen.
Okay.
Allegedly, right, Mickey? Allegedly.
Listen.
It was in an email.
And that is his prime method of
It was in an
communication.
email,
I don't mean
dude.
to laugh. I don't mean to laugh. I don't. What's
He
up?
didn't say anything.
What's up? Rub the fucking
What the
ears.
fuck is
What's
he
up?
supposed to say? Yo, everything could be alleged to him because he didn't actually say anything.
Bro,
Oh, he definitely fucked them.
one thing
Is
that
this kind of I just found a loophole.
bro, this
If
is
you're
the
in court and you choose not to speak and an AI does it for you,
maybe they were maybe
that's
they're
not you saying it. It's
may-
alleged.
maybe I mean maybe that was a kink for some. I don't know.
even I mean, you can always kink.
I mean, anime is a big thing now. I don't fucking know.
Damn, but anime and
I mean, it's
That's-
robots.
that's a-
I don't fucking know.
that's a far stretch.
But this is what I'm saying. Listen, to all the evolutionary psychology naysayers, this literally demonstrates a man that has no control of his entire fucking body. He can't even talk. His subconscious is telling him, you need, you need that.
Well, wait. All of our subconscious are telling us we need that, but it doesn't need to be what he was doing.
My book is like, this is my only option, so I'm taking as many as I can.
No, the fuck it is not. Definitely not his only option. He definitely had a kink for little girls.
Listen, I'm not justifying what he's got, but I think this is what happened. He's like, he's the only guy that's gonna keep this shit anonymous, and like, it's been a dry spell for me since the day I was born. I'm taking every opportunity I can.
No, it
that's
wasn't.
literally
He had
what
a-
happened,
you haven't
and I'm
seen the
not
movie on
justifying
him?
this. It's despicable, but
This man's an evil scientist, bro.
He was basically an evil scientist, talking about black holes and fucking children.
do you
so he
think
definitely was
Batman
an
would
evil
fuck
scientist.
him up? Like,
Who?
if this was like a
Batman?
comic, Batman
Oh,
would fuck him
Batman
up,
will beat the shit out of him.
beat the shit out of him.
Oh yeah, he would. Yeah, he would. You know what's funny? I saw a meme today. It
Where
was
the
like,
fuck
would you
they
rather
even...
be?
Hold on.
Would you rather be an NPC in Batman or Spider-Man? Because you know, like, there's the two villains.
Let's
They're never supposed
say-
to like kill enemies and stuff like that. But when you play the video games, probably beat the living shit and like throw people off buildings and do all these things. But then they never like kill anybody or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's say hypothetically, Stephen Hawking was still alive, right?
Oh
And
shit.
let's say hypothetically, they charged him because of the Epstein situation, and they find him guilty, right? Now, where
They
would
wouldn't.
they put him?
They wouldn't.
Because he's already in prison, bro. He's in a wheelchair.
They
He
wouldn't.
can't
They'd
do
be like,
anything,
that would be
bro.
like, that would be a literally straight up.
This is not going anywhere.
He's already imprisoned within himself. Where are you gonna
He's
put him?
already
Bro, this would
confined
be a-
to his wheelchair.
This would be a straight up presidential pardon. Like Biden, the next day would be like, well, sorry
I don't
guys.
think
I
they
mean,
can-
he's not going anywhere.
We
I
need
don't
a
think-
bomb.
I don't
We
think
need
they
a
can pardon
bomb.
molestation, my friend.
I don't know. They would have made a fucking new
They
law
can't
just for
pardon
this
that,
guy.
bro. They can't pardon that.
I don't know, man. But like, what the fuck are you gonna do with him?
I mean,
Like,
you're
all
not
the-
wrong. I get it.
all
Where
them
the
boys
fuck
in
are
a-
you gonna put him?
All them boys in the prison gonna use him as a like.
Now let me ask you this: they
They're gonna
put
use him
two
as a
guys.
pocket pussy.
They put
Oh
two
my
guys.
God, Miggy!
Whoa,
Stop.
what?
Stop!
Oh
no!
shit!
No!
Oh,
no.
shit! I just got it.
No, Miggy, no, no,
I mean,
Miggy,
he's
no,
pretty small. They'll be able to pass him around relatively easy.
bro. They throw him over the shoulder, like caveman. No, Miggy, no, stop.
Oh, shit. Yo, you done with Steven yet?
I'm fucking. My eyes are watering right now. Fuck you, Miggy.
Yeah. But let me ask you this: I see two people's names on that list that are very famous and very dead.
Well, Michael Jackson was on the list as well, but then they said that there was no connection with any of the children to Michael Jackson. Jackson visited, but there's like no one that said like, yeah, like we saw there's something there.
See, this is the thing though.
He liked him very young though. Like, you know what I mean?
Michael already.
Yeah.
Michael,
Oh my
for
Michael
sure.
liked them very young, bro.
Michael already was admitting on television that he was okay with the little boys coming over.
Yeah,
sleeping in
that's
his
what I'm
bed,
saying.
just having sleepovers. That he didn't see nothing wrong with that. Right.
I feel like Michael.
Now he's on Epstein's list. No more Thriller at the parties.
No. I mean, you think they're going to cancel Thriller?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Michael Jackson's music is too good. He's the one case where he raped kids and they still got him on
Yeah,
like
bro.
top
that-
10 Billboard
they
shit.
would never. Yeah, I don't know if they would cancel Thriller. There's no way. That's like a national treasure.
It's like
at
the
this
Dave
point.
Chappelle joke where he said he rapes, but he saves. See, Michael Jackson.
How does he save?
Bro,
He
I
makes
can't.
good music. He
You know, I
rapes,
feel
but he
bad
makes good
laughing
music.
about this. I feel bad
Bro, I
laughing
hear
about
bad
this.
laugh. The whole point of this podcast was for us to talk shit.
No, I mean, I don't know. But anyway,
It's just serious.
so
Jay.
the list is out. I want to see if something's gonna come out of this. I bet nothing's gonna come out of this. Nothing.
Not right now.
Nothing's gonna. Not even 10 years. Something's gonna come out of this. Nothing. Nothing's gonna come out of this.
Depends on what comes out. Like what information subsides.
I don't know. I'm just baffled. Like that lady's still alive.
Now, the other thing about
What
the-
lady? Oh, the one who releasing the
Yeah.
list and shit?
But think about it, bro.
she has a documentary on Netflix. It's very good.
Think about it.
Not her personally.
Imagine,
about her.
imagine how much money she made for Epstein. She made hella money for Epstein. You're talking about a girl, like, you imagine your wife, not in this kind of fucking situation, but if your wife or girlfriend aided you in your life to make that kind of money, not doing illicit shit, like doing normal shit.
But helped.
Can you imagine that shit? Like the dedication of this woman to this man.
I mean, they say that when you have a woman that's like really for you,
Yeah.
she'll be for you till the end.
So this begs the
Like,
question.
I know, like, listen to this story. Ready? I know a guy that was on a high speed chase.
Yeah.
Right? You know this guy. You probably heard the story. He was on a high speed chase with his girl and somebody else in the car.
Uh-huh.
Right? And in the end, because he already had problems, and I think already had problems, or he was also an immigrant. In the end, he had his girl take the fall.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So like after running from
What to
police,
do? Fucking jump and switch seats?
after running from police and everything, boom, 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 and the cops knew. The cops knew it wasn't her, but you know when they came, they found him. She's the one in the driver's seat, and she's the one saying she did it. Bro, they took her away. She got a whole felony and everything. When girls are down, they're fucking down.
Well, so
That's
he,
literally a ride or die.
so this begs the question. This begs the question. So who should like more? Who in a relationship? The guy should like more the girl, or the girl should like the guy more in a relationship for it to really work?
I don't know. This relationship.
That's a fucking tough question.
No, but this relationship's done. They're not together anymore now. But
Well, no, I understand that, but like,
you know who I'm talking about, right?
no,
No,
I
okay,
really
I'll tell
don't
you
know.
after.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll tell you
You
after.
don't want to dox people?
Yeah.
All right, fine. But like, that begs the question: who should like who more in a relationship for a relationship to thrive?
Would you happily die for your partner?
Me? I think we guys just naturally have that. Like, we would die for people we love.
Happily?
Yeah, happily would die because you're there to protect them.
Yeah,
right? Like
'cause
you're
you're
the first
knowing-
one to go in as a shield.
You're happily. The reason
Bro,
I
think
would
about
agree
it.
with you when you say happily is because you know they're
has
gonna
a
live
joke
on.
about that. He's like, I mean, I'd give her some shit. I'd give her some shit. I'd be screaming. I would.
No,
As a
well,
ghost, I'd come around and be like, "All because of me."
so like, so let me put it this way: you have a kid with this woman, and your children are in danger. Would you happily die for them? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you would. You would. And if you potentially see this woman as being the mother of your children, then you're gonna do it.
And you know,
If it's just some hoe, they're
I
like,
remember having this conversation a lot when I was a little kid, as like a one of those stupid little conversations you have with as an 8-year-old or
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
12 years old, of being like, oh, what if we were in a store and someone came in and was like, I'm gonna shoot you. Would you like try and be a hero? And as a kid, not being a stupid motherfucker, you're like, yeah, I would definitely like be a hero and this and that. I feel like that's part of what's in us. Like you said,
Yeah.
it progresses on to probably just being something about like just your family, right? You're not gonna put yourself in danger for probably a random.
Yeah,
person
no,
most of
random.
the
No,
time.
like you go first, my friend. You it.
But even as a kid, we would have conversations like we would do that. We wouldn't, a little kid or whatever. But your hypothetical was you would, right? And I found that interesting how that translates exactly what you're saying. We had those conversations when we were kids. They were much more exaggerated and extreme, but we did.
If ninjas attack, what would you do? You know what I mean?
We're done. I got my Glock and a few bullets. I mean, the ninjas. Okay, ninjas have swords.
What if they're doing like flips and shit?
I got 15 rounds.
But they're doing flips and they throw in stars as they do the flips. Because they can do it.
So this is my thing. Are you gonna do flips and throw stars while I'm unloading 15 plus 1 at you?
These are ninjas, bro.
No, bro. Come on.
Yo,
Come on.
What are the chances you encounter ninjas? I'm trying to side with them.
Nah, you ain't fucking unless you're in Japan.
I mean,
you ain't
you're
encountering no
On
damn
some League of
ninjas.
Assassins type
And
shit.
not even. They're still gonna have guns and shit. Probably. Not
Probably.
No ninjas.
Like at this point, they probably have
Yeah,
evolved.
bro.
You know what
You
I'm
gotta
saying?
run around with darts.
I mean, they were throwing stars when nobody was throwing stars.
Too
you
many.
Know what I mean? Like they
too
were
many
doing
people have dropped out of ceilings and gotten shot to where, to where ninjas are still
Yeah.
gonna be a thing. Come on. Like,
But I
no
don't
way.
know. So I don't know.
He's not getting past me.
Out
in
of
my
this
Glock.
list, I want to see something come out of this list. Like I want to see some fucking people get in goddamn trouble.
Did you see they're gonna bring back First Friday downtown?
They are?
Yeah.
So somebody actually sponsored
Yeah,
that
it
shit?
says like the hiatus that it was on is put to an end. They're gonna do it again.
Okay.
I thought,
Somebody
at
going in.
first I understood they're bringing back Friday like the movie.
Oh no, First Friday like downtown First Friday. So those who like St. Petersburg First Fridays will now be able to enjoy that again. I've only been a couple times and
I've never been. I've never been an actual First Friday. As long as it's been fucking existed, I've never been.
when they like close all that area down and yeah.
You know, I don't know. I've never been. But yeah, so Miggy, pull up some of those articles we got for you today. I have an Instagram clip there too, which is kind of
You
good.
got 15 toxic things parents do that can unknowingly affect their kids well into adulthood.
Yeah, let's
there's a lot
read
of
this,
shit
see
they
if
can
this
do.
works.
Number 1, forcing a child to hug or kiss you. I once hadn't seen my 7-year-old nephew for a long time and asked if he wanted to give me a 41-year-old female goodbye hug when my sister and he were about to leave. He was very hesitant. I said, "It's okay if you say no." So he quietly said no. And I affirmed his decision by saying, "Hey, that's cool. So I'll just wave you goodbye then." And he beamed and waved enthusiastically.
Forcing specifically to get hugs or kisses, I never really liked that either. Like, when old women come up to you, grab your cheeks,
Yeah.
or
As a kid,
grab your hair.
As a kid, I wasn't
never
really a
liked
big
that.
fan of.
I don't like it to this day. Don't touch me, bro.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
say hi, I'll give you a
As a
hug,
kid,
but like,
I wasn't a big
don't
fan
grope
of that.
me.
No,
wouldn't
I
call
think
that-
we all
I
got
call
that.
that baboseria. I don't like that shit.
That's what humans call it.
Yeah, when they're just like so over you, and they're just kissing you and slobbering on you. Yeah, no, just get away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a big advocate of having your children say hello.
Yeah. They have to say hello.
So at least saying hello is good enough for me. Like, that's good enough for me. Like my mom goes as far as like I can't just say hello to her. I have to tell her like "Sion mami," which is bendición, which bendición is like blessings or whatever. And like I'll go up to her and I'll just say hi, mom, and she like looks at me weird. And it's like, no, that's not how you're supposed to say hi to me. Listen, you have to come, give me a kiss, say this, say that. It's like, bro, I acknowledge you. Chill. I just saw you 2 hours ago too. Calm down.
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to get used to that. I'd be like, ah.
You know what's funny is I grew up saying "Sion tío, Sion tía, Sion papi, Sion mami," all that.
If you
Sion
grew
abuela.
up saying it, yeah.
Growing up without even knowing what it means.
Yeah.
That was just how I knew to say hello to certain people.
You also went to fucking school and you thought, how are you is como tú estás instead of como tú estás.
That's just dialect.
I knew English before Spanish.
No, I know. In your Spanish classes, you thought that's como tú estás was like...
Oh,
you,
yeah,
You
yeah,
said
yeah.
that before.
Yeah. So, like, you'll blend, because we're saying como tú estás. And so, like, I didn't know it was como tú estás. I was like,
surprised.
estas? What the fuck you mean? That's
Yeah, like,
extra.
you're wrong.
Yeah.
I was surprised I caught on
yeah.
to that a lot quicker than other kids. Like, other kids that were born here in the U.S. that didn't know Spanish, but knew Spanish from the home. They didn't understand how to write shit. They didn't understand that there were letters that are silent. Like,
I struggled.
Listen,
in those
what the
AP
fuck is the
classes we
letters?
took.
Like, let's just talk about silent letters. Like, why do you even have a K in front of a knife?
Yo,
Knife.
That's the one I was
Knife.
gonna tell you.
Spoon. You know what I mean? Like, what's his name? Cat Williams said that. Who says knife?
Oh, when you're talking about a knight, like a knight in shining armor.
Yeah.
K-N-I.
Yeah, knight. Like, it's dumb. Like, why would you even have that in there?
One of my favorite movies of all time. I just watched it the other day, actually. Quentin Tarantino's the best. The Django.
The Django, yeah.
You know, you watch
Yeah.
the Django, it says it has a D there. Django, the D is silent. And he tells
Yeah.
yeah, I don't understand that shit either. And, you know, Spanish is one of those where 99% of the time it's said how it's written.
Well,
And
find
it's
the
written
silent
outside.
letters. Find the silent letters.
In Spanish, there's not
But
a
the
lot.
double L pronounced as J?
No, it's not.
Like Medellin?
It is.
No.
Yes, it
You're,
is.
Yeah.
So, ready?
It is.
Double L is not pronounced as
Z,
J.
Z.
It's pronounced as Y. ¿Cómo te llamas? Llamas is double L.
Yeah, but then you...
Medellin. It's Medellin, not Medellin. That's how people say it with their crazy
In Colombia, that's their city.
Medellin.
What do you mean?
He's learning the Colombian dialect.
Bro, that's their
Medellin.
city. They say Medellin.
Medellin.
But
It's
anyway-
double L is like a Y.
Either way, whether
Yes,
you pronounce
you're
it as a
wrong.
J or a Y,
Yes,
either way,
yes, I get
either
it.
way, what
It's
the
fucking
fuck?
crazy. Yeah.
Eddie's right, but you're also right. But again, that's because you're learning their dialect. You're learning their language.
That's how
and
their
they
accent
speak it.
speaks it.
You
but
know, I get it, but
it's-
the
it's
point
Y.
is,
So, like, ¿cómo te
how the
llamas?
fuck do you get a J or a Y out of double L? Like, how does that even work?
It's the same way like in English. PH makes the F sound like phone.
Well, fuck them all. PHACK, all of them.
Or like ION makes a specific, you know, pronunciation, things like that. And like in Spanish, you know, and specifically in English, the I goes before the O, right? Or the
Yeah.
I goes before the E, or I goes before the A most of the time, right? In Spanish, it's flipped.
Yeah.
It's
Try,
backwards.
try somebody that hasn't spoken English or knows no like rules of the English language to say I in like they know Spanish. Ella, ella.
Well, they also say
They'll
pizza,
fuck that up
pizza and
70
pexi.
times.
You know what I mean? Like
Pizza.
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 Because
Pizza.
they confuse
Pizza.
the pizza that were using like the T and S with pizza.
Every time they say that shit,
Pizza.
pizza, I just think of the pizza.
I like how they put everything is with an E in front of it. E pizza?
Spray.
Staples.
Can I have some french fry? My friends are fine. Thank you.
It's just for the fancy. Touch.
Or like, you know, Dominicans have taken English and made it their own.
Yeah, they have.
Polo shirt,
Yep.
which doesn't actually mean
Bro,
polo shirt. It just means normal T-shirt,
I didn't know to
but
this.
polo shirt.
I didn't know. I don't know if this is true or not.
The Cubans too. Pull over.
Yeah, but I didn't know this. When they say bistec,
No,
for
that's
years-
bullshit.
Is
That's
that
bull-
bullshit?
that's bullshit.
Okay, because they're like
No,
they're
be-
saying
be-
it's supposed to be beef steak, and
No,
they're
no.
saying bistec.
Mistake is the actual word for
Okay,
it. Legit.
okay,
I remember
okay.
learning that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a sandwich is not.
A sandwich.
A sandwich.
And it's with a G. It's with a G. Sandwich. You know what I mean? It's with a G, bro. Like I don't get it. You know?
How do you say
Ketchup.
sandwich in Spanish?
Ketchup.
Sandwich.
Yeah.
Sandwich.
Sandwich.
No,
with a
it's
G.
not sandwich.
Sandwich.
It's something else.
It's no sandwich. It's sandwich,
No, I think so. It's something else.
bro. It's with a G, bro. I'm telling you.
Pan con timba.
Oh, it is sandwich.
Yeah,
Same thing.
bro. I'm telling you, it's the same
Sandwich.
thing.
But no, it's actually still pronounced
Or
the same.
burger.
No, look, it's spelled the same. There's
Yeah,
an
but they
accent on
pronounce
the
it with a
A.
G.
Yeah, sandwich.
Yeah. All right, go
Sandwich.
down. What do we got
Number
next?
2, just because kids will hear some bad words at school or on TV doesn't mean they need to hear the parents use them. I didn't swear at my kids, and no one was allowed to use bad language in front of them.
This I find major bullshit.
I don't like it.
Really?
Because when I was growing up, there wasn't no, hey, watch your mouth for the kid. Don't say coño or diablo. Or there was none of that. You are not allowed to say that. Oh, but he can. Yeah, because he's a fucking adult. You are a child. Do not say it. And it's kind of one of those things where, my parents knew I was saying it, but behind their back. And I felt like that is what helps me to this day when I was working at Best Buy or working wherever, be able to switch and watch my mouth. When I'm a very let go, blunt person. And even when I was like that with the customer, I knew how to watch my mouth and be respectful and not cuss and do these things. I never was like, watch your mouth. I heard that when I was a kid.
What
Bro,
ticks me
don't
off?
say it.
What ticks me off when someone's kid will say that and then they'll turn around and blame you. They learned it from you. No, motherfucker, your kid is a badass kid. He learned it from his fucking friends. That's why they keep saying it. Not because they heard me say it.
We've heard that before. We've heard that before. It's like, oh, they started cussing because of you. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. They have the internet. I'm 5 years, 6 years older than the kid, right? Whatever it may be.
Remember when you...
And I had the internet.
Yeah, you remember when you discovered corn at 16? Them motherfuckers were looking at it when they were 8.
No.
So stop fucking talking shit.
I discovered magazines when I was 13.
Well, you were fucking in Stone Age. Just like I was.
I mean, me and Miguel were born 2001, 2000. So, like, we're, like, right there where...
when we were right on the
I
rift.
discovered
Exactly.
the
When I was
issue.
growing up as an actual elementary school kid, I didn't have any kind of mobile electronic. Maybe, like, the first generation Nintendo DS.
I discovered
That I
Yeah,
broke
the-
that broke right
Yeah.
away and shit like that. Like I had when I was growing up, my computer, and Rodolfo will remember this, was a monitor that was
Big, square.
fucking like this.
Yeah.
Stretched to the back like this. And the computer was like made out of this old gray plastic, like you remember the old
Yeah, the great
PlayStations?
white plastic that turned
Gray-
yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro. And it had a little set of speakers.
Did you
and
have
mouse.
floppy disks? I had floppy disks.
No, by the time
You would put the fucking floppy disk in, and there was a little thingy you would put down to keep it in there.
By the
Otherwise, it would
time I
spit
was
it out.
By the time I was that age, like. So look at it this way: when I was a kid, that shit was around, but I wasn't old enough to know about it to use it.
I
And
see
then
what you're
once
saying.
I got old enough, that shit was outdated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I had that computer that probably took I don't think so. I think mine was by the time CDs came around because you have to think about 2008, right? The
Yeah, CDs were
around.
out. Yeah.
So mine still probably had CDs, but like I remember vividly like that computer being like in my room. Actually, it was in this room. It used to sit in this corner right here, and didn't have internet I think for a little time, and like we just played like the pinball game that comes preloaded.
Yeah. It was
then there
that
was, like,
Minesweeper.
Who the fuck knew how to play that?
I did,
I didn't know how to play that,
bro.
shit.
But
The-
easiest
the
game to
number
play.
shit?
Yeah, bro.
Fuck that! I used to open it up all the time, like.
Yeah,
pinball.
I would open it.
Bro,
just to close
Minesweeper
it.
is a
Just to
Minesweeper.
click on the shit and then go back to
Bro,
pinball.
Minesweeper is a fun ass game. So
then-
here,
I'm like, how long
Minesweeper.
can
If
I
it's a
last?
one, if it's a one, that means in one of those squares that is around, there is a mine around somewhere.
Okay.
And if it's a 2, that means next to that square, whatever is around, there are 2 mines somewhere.
Okay.
3, 4, 5, the same way. So you have to really like, okay, look, okay, well, this, and then open up the ones that didn't have the mines.
Gotcha. You had like a certain amount of lives before it busts or whatever.
No, it was just like you bust. You,
okay.
you finish the game. It was one life, that was the whole
And
thing.
I can remember this vividly. When I was coming up, I had that computer, but we had internet, and YouTube was already coming around. Like
Yeah.
YouTube was already a thing, so that part of I caught like the very, very back end of old technology. The very back end.
CDs didn't go. You mentioned 2008.
I remember going to
phased out,
Blockbuster
but
and renting CDs.
Yeah.
2008, there were still CDs, DVDs.
Yeah, for sure.
You went out to the stores to get the pre-order of the.
Y'all
video
remember
games at the
Netflix when they
stores.
had to ship you the CDs?
Mm-hmm.
They had the red boxes.
Yep.
Netflix isn't a fucking streaming service.
Yep.
You paid and you had like the subscription and they shipped you.
Shipped it to shit.
And
to
then
you.
they started, and they even had like a middle ground. When they started doing streaming, they still were shipping CDs.
Yes, they were.
There was only certain movies or whatever you could watch on stream, and then there were certain ones that you still had to order through Netflix and get or whatever.
Yep.
That shit was stupid.
I was doing Blockbuster, and Netflix literally fucking killed Blockbuster.
Yes.
They fucking took it out of the business
Yes.
quick.
Well, I remember growing up. Mickey, look up what year Dragon Ball Z Evolution, that live action shitty ass Dragon Ball movie that came out.
Well, what happened?
2009.
2009. That's why I'm looking up the year. 2009. I rented this movie when it came out from Blockbuster.
You know, low key, that Asian girl is cute as hell.
Yeah, she is.
I know Miggy
Then
went
look
right
up the
to
year.
the pictures.
Then look up the year Blockbuster closed down.
Year Blockbuster.
Close. So early 2014. The funny part is, I remember like, cause they were like, you could go through the drive-through and shit, and then when you would return the movie, they would just like rack up however long you had it, right? If you kept it longer. I remember like having that movie and like racking my brain, like, oh, my dad's gonna have to pay all this money and this and that. And then when Blockbuster finally closed down, I was like, oh, we're good now. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I wonder if they.
Oh, you
charge
had that
him.
movie for that long?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's why every time I would see it, I would like rack my brain about my dad's gonna get charged all this money,
Thousands of dollars
all this-
into
yeah,
debt.
right? Because I
See, my
remember
mom's
going
not
with
like
him.
that. My mom's on her shit. She got discounted $100 the other day for the Blink camera system. She's like, "Hey, they discounted $100 off my credit card. What's going on? Do you recognize this Prime Blink? Yeah, that's the fucking camera system that you pay for every year."
Yeah,
She's on her shit.
my parents, when it comes to like their cars nowadays, yeah, they're on their shit because of it.
Identity theft is a big thing now.
Yep.
My mom already had her identity stolen once, so she's very big on that.
Yeah, my mom is constantly looking through her statements, and so is my dad because they. So when my dad was before he lost the cleaning and stuff, he was making good money, and so like he would just the card was there on Amazon, and anybody who wanted something for like $20 would go and order something, right? And he would bitch all the time, right? Even then, even when he's making good money, but we kind of knew he didn't really care because we could go ask him for the $20 and do the same thing, which whatever, maybe not the best nicest things for your kids to do, but we were like right back then, right? And now we don't use his cards, right? But every once in a while, they still come to me and Lynette like, "Did you guys buy this with our money?" And I'm like, "Bro, we're not using your money. Come on." And they're like, "Well, then someone must have sold my card." And I'm like, "Why don't you go and check in Amazon and look and see if like what the purchase is from?" Like, "Oh no, I just see that I got charged from Amazon." I'm like, "You got charged from Amazon, but it might not have been through your account. Might not be something we ordered. Might be an identity theft thing." And so now they've gotten into the groove of like really quick when they see something they don't recognize. I don't think they even ask us anymore. Like, not me. Not me,
Yeah.
not me. Which you kind of have to get used to doing because identity theft and information
It's
theft
big,
is such a
man.
big thing.
It's big. Because right now, what they'll do, this is the craziest thing. They'll call in to T-Mobile and things like that. They'll find out what your phone number is, and then
Bro, the
they'll
amount
get
of
your
people I had
information.
coming through doing fraud with cell phones. Is
Yeah,
insane.
if they have your name and your phone number, they'll call in to T-Mobile or whatever phone company it is, change your fucking passwords and like email numbers, and then call in those companies and fucking change everything up. It's crazy how deep they've gotten. But anyway, continue, Miggy.
Third, something that was very damaging to me as a kid was emotional manipulation. I also grew up in an abusive home, but despite the more volatile stuff, some of the most difficult stuff to
Psychological warfare, as I call it.
was just a constant guilt tripping and accumulation. Look at everything I do for you. The least you can do for me is X.
Huh?
See, this I never found a good method for kids. You might be right. I birthed you. I did all these things. But it's not a good way to like guilt trip your kids because every time you go to ask them for something,
This is the problem when you're trying to rationalize with kids. Like that's the thing. Like
No.
you're my kid. You're gonna do what I tell you. If you don't do what I'm telling you, I'm gonna take everything away from you. Period. Because a lot of times kids don't fucking know what's best for them. They think they know, but they don't. As we grow older, like even at my 40, right? I still think there's things that I know better for me, but then I'll talk to somebody that's older than me and they're like, and they'll tell me like, you're doing something wrong. And then I'll sit there and think about it like, they're fucking right. As a kid, you don't fucking know what's good for you. Like, for example, there was this whole thing, the whole reel went fucking viral on internet where the parents bought a Tesla for a daughter and daughter comes out like, what is this? The
Bro,
worst
that
fucking
shit
birthday.
was crazy.
I want a Mercedes.
Pink Mercedes. I wanted a pink Mercedes. This and
Bitch,
that.
you under my fucking roof. You're gonna drive what I give you. You should be fucking grateful you got a Mercedes, not rollerblades or a fucking scooter or something like that.
I'm like, her mom didn't react the best either. So
No, that's the
was-
reason she talks like that.
you
You know, because they try to reason with kids and be fucking friends. You can't.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Bro. If my kid, I don't know, man.
The little boy
Hand me
had
down.
more to say than the mom. You see, the little boy's like, you should be fucking grateful you got a car.
Yeah, he did say
The
that.
little boy had more to say because, they probably, boy heard that before, like, you should be grateful. So he's kind of repeating. He doesn't understand what he's saying.
He
But-
doesn't even understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he still kind of does. At
Yeah,
this
like,
point.
I don't think you should negotiate with kids. Kids are like little terrorists. You don't negotiate with them. Like this whole negotiation, have them understand and this and that. No, bro, kids don't understand shit like that. You tell them what it is and period. Like, done. The conversation is over. Anyway.
Did you see Neon was doxing a restaurant in Miami?
About.
So he went to go into a restaurant, one of the biggest restaurants in Miami called Gecko. You don't even have to put
Gecko,
a kid.
that's Bad Bunny's restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's Bad Bunny's restaurant.
So they were trying to get into Gecko. His OnlyFans girl was already inside, right? Sam was already inside. And they tried to go in, and they're like, oh, you can't record. Okay, so cool. Put the cameras down. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, and your cameraman can't come in because he has shorts on. There's like a dress code.
Yeah.
Right? okay. He's like, okay, understandable. So I guess we'll have to go somewhere else, right? And as he's walking away from the restaurant, he's like, he even shook the guy's hand, right, being fucking fake and shit, and then walks away and doxes the fucking restaurant. The clip I watched was Aiden Ross actually reviewing the clip of Neon doing this, and Aiden instantly is like, "No, guys, we love Gecko. Gecko's one of the best restaurants. This and that." Boom,
You know,
boom, boom, boom.
Aiden got I think $2 million for bringing Neon to Kick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Aiden got $30 million,
Yeah, there
but
was
part
a
of the
rumor-
deal was like bringing him in and get them.
There was a
extra
rumor
too.
that like he owns part of
Yeah.
his deal or whatever, like makes money off him, but that was bullshit or whatever. Anyways, so he doxes the restaurant. Aiden's like supporting the restaurant, like no, don't do anything. And then the clip shows goes to their Yelp page, bro.
It sounds like it's not very convenient for Aiden to be in bad light in front of the community, Latino community, because he's been gambling a lot with Anuel, who also has a deal with Stake.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the owner of Kick is the owner of Stake, right?
then
Like they're
again-
connected.
Right.
And Kick is not a publicly traded company. It's owned strictly by Stake, and I think they're using Kick to wash the Stake money. I think that's what it is. Like if you dig, but here's the thing with Neon. He's got these 14, 15-year-old kids that follow him, and they're like a little tiny army that's there for him. So he was on Fresh and Fit podcast, and he said some fucking sim shit. And the boys on Fresh and Fit were like, bro, you can't, like, that's dumb. You can't be saying these things. And these kids went fucking bananas. They were like, L the stream, L this. Just simply because they had to switch from Kick to something else, they fucking went berserk.
Same thing that happened on Yelp. They started going in on Gecko, calling them racist, worst restaurant ever. Like, you know, all these kids went in there and started giving reviews to this restaurant. Probably don't even live in Miami.
No, they don't.
Right? And they're just fucking doxing this restaurant and fucking them over, which I thought is fucking crazy. You know, like, there's a purpose streamers try and there's a purpose behind why the recent streamers don't like to reveal the locations. It's because businesses get fucked with.
Yeah.
Things
And then
that
then people can follow them. You know what I mean?
unsafe situations happen. These are the reasons. And, you know, just because this restaurant didn't want to let them in, fucking dox them.
Yeah.
And for a good reason. Restaurants have dress code. And
Yeah.
they don't want you recording
that-
private property.
That
what,
goes
bro?
back to the same things, like where you can't fucking just listen to what your kids want, because your kids don't know what the fuck is good in the world. There are rules. You need to follow them. You can't break the rules. When you break the rules, world falls apart. And a lot of these kids don't understand that because they just don't have the life experience.
Emily
You know?
here?
You know. So anyway,
Huh?
so I think some of these fucking influencers do worse than the fucking, like, they do worse shit than anybody else. And I think Andrew Bourdain used to, his big was on fucking talking shit about Yelp, because like somebody goes in there and they put a bad review in, and these motherfuckers never fucking cooked in their life, nothing, like, well, the food wasn't that great, and then give it 0 stars, and then they dumps the rating of the restaurant without them understanding what it takes to even have a restaurant.
Andrew Bourdain was a really cool dude, and he had a really interesting way of looking at the world.
Anthony Bourdain, right?
Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain.
Bourdain.
Oh, fucking
The
my
way he
tongue is
experienced
twisted.
the world was different.
Well, I mean, the motherfucker's done every single drug under the sun, right? So he was a recovering drug addict, right? At later years, which he became
Was he
happy,
public about that?
according to, huh?
Was he public about that?
Yes, he was very public about that. But his biggest thing was Yelp. Like every chance he would get talk shit about Yelp was him talking shit about Yelp, right? So, but that's exactly why, because these people that have no fucking idea, these incels that sit at home and never seen anything in their life, they're just talking shit, you know.
I need to go blow my nose out, boys.
All right, you do that, and then we can go continue with the
So what do we
articles.
have to keep off our resumes?
Yeah, so this was, I think, is pretty good. Like as far as like if you're looking for a new job and whatnot, some things that you need to keep off the resume to make it, you know, to make your resume stand out. Go ahead.
All right, so keep this line off your resume. It says ex-Disney recruiter. There's zero benefit. When you're writing your resume, remember the following. Mirror the language of the job description to the extent that it's relevant to your own experience. Use numbers to illustrate accomplishments, like helped raise quarterly profits by 20%.
So what he's talking about in layman's terms, what he's talking about.
Cold?
No.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Yeah, you can close it. So what he's talking about here, or she, I don't know who wrote the article, but what they're talking about here, when you read the job description, you want to model your resume with the same words. Like what they're looking for, you want to model that into your resume, which makes, like, before we would just write a resume and then just send it to a bunch of jobs, the same resume. No, this has to be more individualized to the specific job, which takes a little bit of work, right? Like whatever you're looking at that's how you're gonna. But anyway,
There are also mishaps to avoid, like having grammatical or spelling errors or writing a resume longer than 2 pages.
Yep.
Another thing you want to avoid is including a line that states which role you're applying for at the top of or anywhere in your resume. It's something a former Disney recruiter and longtime HR executive Simon Taylor used to see during his time at the company. Below their names, people would include a line like, "I'm applying to the manager of marketing role," he says. But there's zero benefit in putting that. Here's why. It has an outsized influence on your hiring manager's perspective. If you're sending in your resume for a role, it's already clear to the recruiter that you're applying to that position, says Taylor. You know what's funny? That wasn't clear when I applied to my last job.
so now execs have been so basically when they take in your resume, execs being taught how to read the resumes so there's no bias. And what they do, in bigger companies, they say this. I don't know if this happens or not. They try to eliminate your name and your email so they don't know if it's a female or a male, and also eliminate things that you might have in common. For example, I coach my little son's baseball league. So if you do baseball, you might like this person. You know what I mean? So they eliminate those things to the extent of if the company finds that you worked for the same company in the past, they'll remove that part of your resume. So you don't have anything in common, and they have a zero bias when they see you, or when they look over the resume.
But isn't that kind of fucked up? Because then they're gonna remove that you have certain work experience or certain things about you that another person that maybe doesn't even have a bias will still be interested in.
So, let me tell you a story. This story was, let's talk about a friend that went to get a job, right? And on this job application, they had listed an employment. And literally during the interview, the interviewing manager said, the reason I wanted to talk to you was because you worked for this company. Not the rest of the shit. None of that stuff mattered. He's like, because you work for this company. So what that means that person got the interview and all the other applicants that could have been more qualified did not. So that's what they're trying to eliminate.
Avoid.
Yeah, they're trying to avoid that to get the best qualifying applicant for the job.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which in a retrospect could eliminate a lot of the issues we're having, where they're saying like, well, women don't get hired as much, but men do, blah blah blah, because of this and that. So that will eliminate that. And what that does, so let's say if the guy goes out there, which could fire back, right? Like because we have affirmative action and whatnot, which means that like for example in engineering industry, women will be given a go-ahead first before guys because there's not a lot of women and they want diversity.
Have to meet the quota of
Yeah, so
diversity,
when you read the resume and you don't have names, and if it's a guy, because most of the time guys will hop jobs and they'll have a lot of experience before girls do, like unless you're fresh out of school. So when that happens, that might fire back as far as the affirmative action goes, but it is what it is.
So we also have this article that's 5 signs your liver is healing from alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is improvement in blood work. So when it comes to tracking liver health, liver function tests that can be done through routine lab work are crucial. These tests include measurements like alanine transaminase,
Alanine transaminase.
aspartate transaminase. Yeah, that's a difficult word. I wonder how that's actually said. Hold on, we're actually gonna do this. We're gonna go to Google.
Transaminase.
Translate. We're gonna find out how this is said.
Transaminase.
Okay. And others provide insight into the liver conditions. High levels usually signal liver stress or damage. Encouraging a 2021 review in the NIH Alcohol Research Journal revealed that the liver heals from alcohol-induced harm. These enzyme levels can return to normal. This is a sign of the liver's recovery and regenerating ability.
So you want something crazy? So I've done my blood work, and I've gone to do my blood work on a Friday, which means the weekend before we had drinking. And on a Friday, my liver ATS levels are high, which still means that your liver is still recovering week after you done drinking. So that tells
So
you,
it causes that much damage, huh?
yeah.
Interesting. Second sign, increased energy and mental clarity. The Cleveland Clinic suggests that a telltale sign that your liver is on the mend is a noticeable increase in energy levels. When the liver is impaired due to alcohol, it struggles to filter toxins and metabolize nutrients effectively, leading to chronic fatigue and brain fog. As it recovers, these functions become more efficient, resulting in a boost in your overall energy and a decrease in feeling of tiredness and lethargy.
Bro, that happens to me whenever I stay up too late and drink, like before jujitsu on Sundays.
Yeah.
Bro, I go in with like the craziest brain fog, like close to no energy. Like we'll be like
you don't have enough rest.
Yeah, you don't have enough rest, and the drinking too, for sure. And like this happens to me all the time. You know, anytime I feel like I'm not recovered well, every time we're in a dogfight position, I lose automatically, because it's kind of like who can elevate faster, right? And so
you don't have the fire.
I don't have
nervous system,
I don't have the explosiveness, bro. Like I literally am in that spot, and I'm like, I know that if I literally just move a little bit this way and with some force and do this, I will be able to sweep or whatever and I just can't.
You can't.
I just can't. Like
your body's just retarded.
Yeah, basically that's what it feels like. And like I just have like this brain fog too, where like, let's say I'm like about to start trying to start passing guard and stuff.
Kind of like the engine is being retarded. It doesn't react.
Yeah, it's like reacting too late. And so like, say I'm trying to pass guard and we get into half guard and stuff. When I get to that half guard position, I'm like stuck. Like, I don't know. What do I do?
What do I do next? Yeah.
Do
And then by the time
like, almost like day one white belt feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Day one white belt feeling, where like you might know a couple positions, but once you get here,
That's
you're like
just not having sleep, you know,
stuck.
because you guys are young enough where you can recover pretty quickly. But as somebody that's with age like me,
yeah,
like that shit will stay there with you for like a day.
That night, that day I'm specifically thinking of too. Like this happened probably 3 jiu-jitsu classes ago. And I stayed up till probably 4 or 5 in the morning. I had a few drinks that night.
Oh shit, you done?
I
you
went to
done,
jiu-jitsu,
bro. 5 hours of sleep in jiu-jitsu?
5 hours of sleep. I went to sleep at 5 in the morning, so I got up at like 8:40.
Oh, okay, so fucking 3 hours of sleep? Yeah, you're done.
Something hours of sleep. So I was just fucking toasted, man. Just toasted.
Better digestion.
Half the battle's getting to the class, and you didn't even make it.
I did go. I was saying I did
You,
horrible that
on the
class.
other hand, been skipping some classes.
Yeah, so has
Put you on a
everybody.
fuck. No.
Fuck you guys. You guys didn't go like 2 weeks ago, and I did.
Those. Oh my
Bitch,
god, you find like
I go
once,
way more than you
I'm
do. You
talking
can
about
suck my
him.
dick. I go way more than you do.
Listen, I do jiu-jitsu at the very minimum 4 or 5 days a week. So I think if I skip a fucking Sunday,
I also do jujitsu every day, actually.
With boxers at work, bitch?
No, 2 to 3 times a day,
Oh, shit.
depending on the day.
No. Jiu-jitsu to yourself is not jiu-jitsu.
choking your chicken is not jiu-jitsu,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
That's not the
Just
rear
you're
naked choke
choking,
we're
bro.
talking about.
Yeah, because you're choking something doesn't mean it's jiu-jitsu.
Well, yeah.
Alright, number 4
Orale
is
people, I'm
easing of abdominal swelling.
limping from jump rope. Why are you doing jump rope, Ozzy?
Aussie?
Ozzy. Brian probably got him doing jump rope.
I
'cause
mean,
he
jump
lose
rope is
weight.
really good. Jump rope is really good, especially if he's trying to lose
Ozzy,
weight, cardio.
250, 40 pounds, bro.
Cardio, bro? Fuck you mean?
He's going to need to replace the concrete in his front yard.
And it's probably better on his knees than it is than running would be.
Probably. Because he's got to use the toes always like a little spring.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. I'm proud of you, Ozzy.
Good for you, Ozzy. I like jump rope. It's one of my favorite things. When I used to box, that was one of my favorite exercises.
What do you got next? What do we got next?
So the 4th one was easing of abdominal swelling.
Yeah, I can see that. Every day, every time I drink, the next day I'm fucking swollen as shit. And the
you get
more
bloated.
water consumed, the more swollen you get.
And then number 5, you have brighter skin and eyes.
I don't know about this. Like, you gotta ask women about that.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to this
We
shit.
don't fucking see that shit.
All right, next article.
Pick one. Anyone. 10 tiny ways. Go ahead.
10 tiny ways you make your marriage way harder than it needs to be.
So I think this has to do with relationships in general. You're a drama queen. I can see that. From a guy or a girl, I think from a girl it's more tolerated, but from a guy, you cannot be a fucking drama queen. It's just a
I just
no-no.
don't like drama in general. Avoid it at all costs. I have
So-
I have other shit in my mind to be worried about than drama.
I agree. Widely accepted through society, women being drama queens are it's more accepted than a man. Because like the moment a dude starts acting a little like he cares too much about something, everyone wants to bat it, like
Yeah,
start pointing
roll
fingers
their eyes and shit.
start pointing fingers and shit. So,
Oh, Samael Muay Thai. So Samael got him doing that.
that's good. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like,
You can forgive and forget. Yes, I think if you need to have that conversation right then and there, nip it in the bud. Don't just fucking continue talking about it. Nip it in the bud and see what's gonna happen next. If it repeats again, do it the second time. After the third time, you'll be like, yeah, we're done. But if you're in a marriage, that's a little different.
why did he say?
You're bossy. I think it depends.
Why did he send me this?
I don't know. He probably got a black. That's why.
I mean, he probably been had a black.
No, he had it and canceled it and got it again, I guess.
It was like a sticker. Why did he send that to me? Honestly, you want to give me some context to this text I just got from you?
But you're bossy, and I think guys can get away with this one more, kind of like women get away with being drama queens. I think guys can get away with being bossy.
No. I think this is both ways. I think there's just a balance to it. Like, I think that you're allowed to be not bossy, but you're allowed to put your foot down and be firm with certain things. So, but bossy. So this is my thing. Ready? A lot of times you see in a relationship, that I've seen this before with a lot of my friends and stuff. The girl is very like, she's got a lot of narcissistic tendencies where she feels entitled.
Yeah.
And shit. So, like, grab me this, get me that, do it this way. No, I want it done this way. Boom, boom, boom.
And
boom.
those relationships I usually notice they don't work out when it's like that.
They don't work out. They don't work out, and it's almost like she's sucked all the bossiness out of the relationship, so the guy has none.
Yeah.
So I think that, like I said, there needs to be a balance where it's like you both can kind of have this, firmness with, telling someone to do something about whatever, but there's a balance to it. We each do it every once in a while, and we know when to do it, how to do it, and all these certain things. All depends, and for some people, like for example, some people are more like they like to be dominated. They don't like to lead. This is certain things. So like they're not going to be bossy
I think
whatsoever.
in general, if you talk about it in general, girls don't like to lead. In general,
Well,
most girls don't like to pick where they want to go eat, what they're gonna do, like this and that. They want you to take the lead and do all this.
But being a leader, like her not being a leader, doesn't mean that she can't be bossy though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like for example, you want to go on a trip. You tell, hey, listen, we're gonna go on this trip on these days. Go ahead and book it.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Congratulations, Ozzy.
Yeah, congratulations.
I had a girl today ask me at work today what my thought was on a girl staying at home and the guy only working. And I was like, we actually talked about that last week on the pod.
Yeah, I think that's the ideal situation.
She
should at least have a hobby.
What I told her was, I think if they have a child, in that case, if it's more important for them to have that connection with a child, it's preferable to just have her at home, and then the guy, if he can, support her.
So yeah, that's all good and dandy, but she should need to have at the very least some sort of a hobby that gets her away from that daily routine, or work when she wants to, right? I think that's the only way, because I think the 80% of the divorces that happen are, like, if you take what profession a woman does, 80% of those, or some huge number, is because it's a housewife that doesn't want to be, because it's mundane, right? Like cleaning and cooking and doing, like, it's all repetitive, and no one likes to do repetitive shit, right? Like we like to solve problems, and no one likes to do that. So if she has some sort of a hobby that she's really interested into, I think that's gonna be
talking about repetitiveness, and I was reminded of this. So did you know that if you're someone that's prone to Alzheimer's or dementia or something like that, taking the same route to work or same route and doing things that are very repetitive on schedule and stuff like that is very bad for you. Very, very bad for you. So they say, like, if you're someone who's in fear of Alzheimer's and stuff like that, because maybe you're genetically it's part of your pool or whatever, because your family, you should try and take different routes to work. You should try and change your schedule, change your routine, or change your process as well. Like, for example, I have an exact process of how I get into the shower. Like, been doing it the same way probably for 10 years since I was a kid, right? So to change certain things like that, do things differently and stuff like that, and it'll help your brain. Because it gets caught into this loop, and that doesn't help the deterioration of memory.
I got you. That makes sense. Yeah, because then you get comfortable.
Exactly.
Routine becomes normal.
It becomes, so this is what happens. So your actions become muscle memory, and so since your actual memory is no longer tied to it, it starts to dissociate. Because you're just used to doing it like this. You don't even think about it.
Becomes like
right?
second nature.
And so because you're not thinking about it, you disassociate, and that they say that will help with memory loss and stuff like that if you have Alzheimer's and stuff like that. Which I think, if I'm not mistaken, somebody we know is
go
in
back
fear
up.
of that.
You are a nag. You are a nag. I agree with that on both ends.
This is like bossy shit, though.
You're always right.
If you're a nag, that's
No, you're always right.
If you're a nag, that's like you're just being annoying.
Okay. Yeah.
So
no,
you're always right. That could be when one of the partners is a little more experienced, and they're like, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. No, you're wrong, and these are the reasons why you're wrong, and you give actual reasons. I think
in my experience, though, you're never
always wrong.
Right.
You're never always right. Yeah, I agree with that. But if you have a little more experience, and you can give
shit if you're always right.
Well, yeah. If you're always if you're a little more experienced, and you can give reasons why you're right, and it actually sticks, then that's good. But you need to recognize when you're wrong. Like when you're wrong, you're wrong. You know, and then after some time, when you did something wrong, I think it's time for you to fucking apologize if you were being fucking wrong.
You're terrible at communicating your wants and needs. Yeah, because no one's gonna know how to adapt to you.
Especially as a guy, bro. This is so fucking important for you not to keep your mouth shut when even you think you're gonna hurt her feelings. Like you have to fucking say it.
To this day, I have that argument with Emily.
You
Why didn't you tell it to me 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Oh, because
the girls are like that. You can't. I think as a guy is more important because you like, okay, this is how girls are. You're not gonna get so mad, but they will fucking hold a grudge against you if you don't do that. It's gonna be a whole bunch of a big deal. It's similar, like, you know, like there are couples. I've heard there are couples, like, you know, it's time for the nighttime fun, and the guy wants it and he's like, oh, I'm not ready for it. Well, they go sleep. But then when she's ready and he's like, I don't want it, it's a fucking battle. It's a fucking fit. So it's the same way when the guys are not like that. That's the same dynamic.
You know what's funny is like that dynamic. I'll share my relationship. I don't care. So that dynamic now with me and Emily is almost like, you know, of course the females say no a lot more than a guy would, right? So it's to the point where like in once in a blue moon when I'll say no, right, which is almost never. Once in a blue moon, if I say no, she doesn't make it noticeable, but it's almost like she's having to get through the initial no's like we did.
Yeah.
Right? Where, like, when you first heard no,
yeah,
you kind of were, like, felt certain kind of way, but you knew you can't show
How's
that.
it feel? How's it feel?
Literally. So you're like, you know exactly how I feel, which is kind of, I think, interesting where that's a healthy way because she doesn't get to know as often as you do.
Yeah, she doesn't.
And so she's basically processing it just like I did when I first got it too, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm not showing it, but you can see it a little bit that I was a little pissed that you said no. Same thing, vice versa. I can see a little bit that she was uncomfortable and I said no, but she's not showing it. She's acting normal. She's doing her thing. Now you overreacting.
The shoe
fits. Exactly. So that I find okay. That's not a big deal.
What you got next? You're terrible at communicating your wants and needs. Okay, we're good side. Refuse to apologize. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, refuse to apologize is horrible, man.
I fucking hate it, man. Especially some girls will just... Not girls. I shouldn't say that. People, they'll know they're fucking wrong and they'll continue to argue. And you then given 95 examples why they're wrong and they still continue to argue. At one point, I'm thinking like, bro, after the second one, I should have fucking just quit. I should have quit trying to prove it.
That. That's the best way for me lately. The last couple of years, I've learned to put my point across, agree with myself. I communicated that effectively.
Yeah.
After that, that's it. I'm not gonna keep wasting my breath.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that works best. It's like, you know, this is what it is. I'm not gonna continue this. Change the subject.
And I agree when they do it, vice versa.
Yeah.
If they want to do it that way too, like not necessarily change the subject. Just, I'm not gonna talk about it.
Go ahead.
You're too concerned with your spouse.
Oh shit! His first purchase, and he's watching TV, and first purchase. Oh no! What? He didn't. His first purchase on the black card. That's why he sent it to you.
Nah.
Yeah, bro.
Bullshit.
What?
Bullshit.
What?
A bullshit.
Nah, a bullshit. Oh man, he got a what?
Guess the panda, right?
Bro. That's
a
nice.
Nah,
panda? You would never guess. It's a colorful panda. Let's just put it that way.
Oh shit.
Bro, you need to come to the pod. We want to see it, Ozzy. You need to be here.
Shit.
That's nice, bro. Congratulations. That's fucking nice. That's boss status right there.
That is fucking baller shit right there,
Yes,
my friend.
and he got the big box too, not the small one.
Yeah, I think
he got the big box.
I think precious metal Daytonas will come in like the
Smaller
big
box. Yeah, and then yeah, bro, that's nice. That is super super nice. Congratulations, man. I'm so happy.
I like it a lot.
See, I love having grown up friends that make grown up money. Like they just like, you know, I get to see things like that in person because of that, you know?
I want to see it, yeah. I want to fucking see
That's
it.
so nice, bro. That's so nice.
Emily sends me a video today of her driving the Audi. I guess she went to go get something for them while she was working. And she's like, it's so nice. I want one.
Yeah. No, that's so nice, bro. You know what? You deserve that shit, like hands down. It's something that's going to be able to fucking pass down through generations. It's fucking amazing. Good for you, man. Good for you.
Damn, a nice little Daytona.
And when you don't want it, you can always talk to me. I can always scoop it up. That's so fucking nice, man. I'm so happy for you. All right, Mickey, go to the next.
Last one for the night. You're immature.
I think you need to be immature at certain times. You can't be immature always, but you have to be mature once in a while because immature people do fun things and spontaneous things. And I think that's
I don't
important.
believe that.
You do.
Ready?
Wait,
So
hold on,
immature
repeat
people.
that
Ready?
again. What
So
did you just say?
So not always, and not majority of the time. Once in a blue moon, you can be immature when you do spontaneous things that like spice things up in a minute. I'm not saying like hold my beer and you climb up the fucking building, right? Like that's dumb, right? But once in a while, you do like little things that are funny, that are immature. You shouldn't be doing that. That's not according to your age. Those things are okay.
But
Like
ready?
putting a finger in your friend's
This
butthole?
is what I think they're
No,
talking
that's
about with
not-
immature
that's not.
is tantrums and nagging and
Yeah,
refusal
no,
to
you
apology
can't be
and
doing
stuff
that
like this.
shit.
Bro, one of my boys, old girlfriend, is crazy immature.
Yeah, no,
Crazy,
you
was
can't do
crazy
that
immature and was not an extravagant extrovert. That's for sure. So it's like definitely not. That's not the case always, and I can't. I can deal with immaturity when I was growing up, when I was 15, because I understood I'm 15, she's 14, whatever it may be, right? But now it's no, you can't deal with that bullshit of tantrums, of you going off and shit. No, you can't do that.
No.
And the problem is the people, not only girls, men and women, will continue to throw those tantrums and act immature for one sole reason: they continue to get the attention they want out of it.
Well, it's negative reinforcement, right? So think about it. If whether you're male or a female, when you continue to do something and that gives you the attention, you're gonna continue doing that behavior. So if your partner stops giving you behavior,
Lonely kids acting bad.
yeah, if he stops giving you attention for bad behavior and starts giving you attention for good behavior, you're gonna continue doing the other one. Like, so it's very important. Anytime the partner acts up in a relationship, do not fucking pay attention. Just like you said, say it, stop it, done. Like,
Hey,
we're not even gonna
Tinder's
discuss
getting
this. Change
smart.
it.
Tinder's getting smart now. You know,
In which way?
they're giving you likes if you watch ads.
They're giving you likes if you watch ads.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So if you watch a video, you get 5 likes. Instead of having to wait 8 hours or whatever the fucking time is.
5 likes, like super likes?
No, just regular likes.
Oh, just so they increase your like level in that way.
Increase your attractiveness in a certain way, I
Not your
guess.
attractiveness.
Yeah.
You're still
But
ugly.
Tinder
But
also-
like
You're
you
still
have to
ugly
think of
as
you're
fuck.
you're still ugly as fuck, right? But you're increasing the attractiveness of your profile.
So
By having more
Increasing
likes.
your chances through numbers.
here's an unpopular
Basically.
idea. Here's an unpopular idea. I think you should have, if you're single, you should have the dating websites as one of the ways to meet the girls, but it shouldn't be the number one way. And hear me out why. Because think about it this way. If it's a very good looking girl, right? Do you think she would be on dating websites? They get enough attention as it is in a real lifetime, in a real life game of Matrix for them to be on Tinder. So if you see a really, really attractive girl that's on Tinder or any kind of dating website, there are 2 things that she's doing. She's either trying to siphon you to her OnlyFans, she's trying to offer some services for money, or third, she has some fucking emotional, some fucking crazy problems. some crazy problems. Because if you're an attractive girl, you should not have any issues attracting guys and the guys of the caliber that you want, right?
I can
so
agree with that.
in majority of the time, there's less women on dating apps than there are men. And what Tinder also does, if you're on Tinder or any dating website for a long time, you start going to the back of the list. Regardless whether you're being liked or not, you're going to start going to the back
So
of the
you
list
delete your
more.
account.
Old
and restart
inventory?
it?
You got, your old inventory. You need to redo your account again. And you can't just redo your account with the same old photos. You have to do new photos. Algorithm recognizes that as well.
Miggy, last thing for today. You want to look at this one watch I thought was interesting. Look up Rolex Datejust Thunderbird. You seen this?
No, I have not, but I have another watch that I want you to look at.
Okay. This is a the second photo. So this is a Datejust.
Oh,
That
shit.
comes with markings on the bezel. And
So he has the diving markings on the bezel?
yes, and so this is actually a fluted version. There's also, let me show you here, the video I have.
Look,
Is a
click the
smooth-
third
Is a smooth
picture.
bezel version.
Right there.
No, that's fluted as well.
That's fluted.
But look at this one. This is like a
Smooth bezel.
Not necessarily
Is that
smooth.
an
It's got
old
little-
one?
yeah,
That's
this
got to
is
be
old.
an old one.
But you see, it's got the little rivets. I'll show
Yeah.
you. I'll send it to you, Miggy. I'll send it to Discord.
That's crazy. While he's sending it to the Discord, go ahead, Miggy, enter MAD1.
I think I've seen this.
M.A.D.1. Watch. Yeah. Click on that. Look at it.
I've seen this. Yeah.
Look at it. So
It
this,
tells time on the side.
on the side, do you know who made this watch?
Oh.
This watch is an affordable version from MBNF.
MBNF.
Go ahead, type in MBNF. So this guy, MMB,
MBNF.
not a Spanish. Yeah, like click on that, the second one now.
Oh, I've seen these watches.
So this guy makes crazy ass watches.
I've seen these.
These are
Go down
Go
one.
down one. Or
Literally
two.
one picture down.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
So
I've seen these.
MBNF makes some crazy ass watches. Like these watches are like you can't get them at retail price.
Of
You
course,
cannot.
yeah,
You
no,
cannot.
definitely not.
So they decided to make an affordable version of that watch, and this is only like lottery system where you subscribe to the lottery system, and then they pick who's
How
gonna
much
get
is
the
the
watch.
Mad one?
Bro, they're saying it around under $5,000. Under $5,000.
Affordable?
Oh, in the watch
Well,
world.
in the watch world, in the watches
they
that
live
they
in,
actually
yeah.
make, yeah,
The
that's
watch
very
world that they
affordable.
live in,
From
yeah.
them, yeah.
That
Go
shit's-
back to
you
Mad
can
Watch.
say that shit about anything. Yeah, in this world.
Well, no,
well,
but
yeah.
I
If
mean,
I tell
look,
you there's a Ferrari for 80 grand, you're like, damn, that's a cheap Ferrari.
Yes,
But
exactly.
It's in the world
like
of Ferrari.
It's like in the scale.
It's
of
like
things.
Ferrari-
Computers, oh, this laptop's only $300.
the best way to
Yeah,
say
it's
is like
dog
the
shit.
Ferrari, not Fiat, but Ferrari created a Fiat. That's what that would be.
Or Alpha. You can look at Alpha Romeo
Yeah.
and shit.
So go to the Mad again.
Go back.
Go
Yeah,
back?
Go back one.
One more. That's it, right there.
Yeah, I've
so
seen a lot of guys have this. A lot
They
of
have
watch
green-
enthusiasts have this.
Yeah, they have a green version, but look at that, bro. That kind of looks cool. I kind of want to put my name for one like that because that's unique as shit. That is super unique.
I don't know if I'd wear it.
Why not? It's an
don't-
MBNF watch. Why
I know,
not?
I get it. And it's got a cool concept. It's got the thing
It's
that
a
opens
sport
up.
watch.
But man, I don't
So
know.
so you see that little robot? They also designed
comes with
these
that, yeah.
robots as a display case. So MBNF
I'm
created
not a
this
big
watch.
fan of the watch myself. I don't see myself wearing something like this.
But think about this watch,
like
bro.
get a picture of the side
This is a
profile
watch
where
you
actually
do
tell
not-
time. Bottom
thi-
left corner.
This is a watch you do not to turn to
Bottom
look
left,
at it
left,
because
left,
you can
left.
see it from the side.
Yeah, so you read it on the side of the watch. That's where it tells time.
Yeah, I thought it's a cool ass watch.
I think
man.
it's cool as fuck. I've seen it a bunch. I
Like,
just don't
see
think
right
I'd wear
now
it.
the
It's
time
very
is
high
the
profile.
time is 5:25.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty thick. You know what I mean? For what it is,
a
it's pretty
thick
thick.
boy.
I thought it's cool as shit.
I
man,
like
that
it. I like the watch concept. I don't know if
watch. Click
I'd
on that
wear
Kia.
it.
Click on that Kia. So car segment, right? We talked about relationship, personal development with the resume, and watches. We already mentioned that, but here you go. Kia's new EV9 already outsold Toyota's Soul EV in this first full US sale month. So Kia is kicking Toyota's ass. Toyota is the biggest company in the world, not United States, in the world, by selling any type of cars, right? So Kia's kicking their ass, right? So go down. That Kia actually looks pretty cool, man. It's rough, tough looking, and it's an EV.
I like the look of it. I ain't gonna lie.
Go back look from the inside, bro.
Yeah, I like the look of it. It looks pretty cool.
The inside, bro. Inside, like think about
shit,
Toyota.
That's a baller fucking Kia, man.
Think about a Toyota and a Kia, bro, and you know they're gonna be about the same price. You know what I mean?
They do also have that new Toyota.
Look, click on a dash, bro. Look at the dash.
Remember that Toyota SUV we looked at? That has like the Rolls doors, kind of competitor to the Rolls.
Look, zoom in. Look at the fucking dash, bro. It's got a whole ass like 9 iPads combined together. You know what I mean? Like a full sunroof.
No, it's a solid choice. But my thing is, man, it's Kia.
It's Kia.
It's a Kia.
It's Kia. Mm-hmm.
It's.
But think about it this way: most people nowadays,
Korean engineering,
most
bro,
people nowadays lease the car. They don't keep the car more than 10 years. You don't think you can get 10 years out of a Kia and then you replace it?
It's an EV though. I don't think you can get 10 years out of it. It's an EV. From what I've heard, when batteries start to go bad, they go bad.
Well, Tesla just did the test on like actual live humans that drove the car, and I think
my mom had a Prius one time, and one of the cells blew up. It was like a $4,000 cell. So it was like we're selling them.
First gen Priuses are known for that shit, where there were point where people would come in to valet with the Priuses, and they're like, yeah, our batteries don't work anymore. We have to constantly put gas in the car because the batteries don't even charge anymore. But what I'm trying to say is, they did a test on Teslas, and people are bringing in Teslas at 200,000 miles, 300,000 miles, and they're saying that their battery cells at 89% still effective at 300,000 miles, bro.
That's pretty good.
That's insane.
That's really good. That's really good. But those are the ones that make it that far. That's the whole thing, right? Because 300,000 miles, I don't see all
that could be a little bit of a like what do you call that? It's just whoever the survivors are.
Yeah, a little skewed stat right there. Because it's like saying, it's like saying, okay, Teslas on average last 130,000 miles, and then but the ones that make it at 300,000, they have you're not making it at 300,000.
Yeah,
that's not what the average is. Why are you giving me this stat on something that's not going to make it that far?
I think any EV is a great car for a girl. You know, girls hate getting out of the gas station, putting gas in and things like that.
Yeah, you're right.
I think they're a great car for a girl. Right. Or someone that doesn't do a lot of driving. They're great cars because you can kind of...
Not even, bro. Like, for example, let's say you're like Felix. F5. I get it. You can't do a Tesla, bro.
No.
You can't.
No.
You drive
unless
too
you
much.
Unless you do the...
If he does the long range... I want to know, what's his mileage in a day? Because if he does less than 200 miles... Because he drives all over the fucking place. He does. But if he does less than 200 miles a day, he can still do a Tesla.
Yeah.
He can still do a Tesla, really.
Yeah.
And save a bunch of fucking money on gas. A bunch of money.
Even at superchargers, you're still saving money.
Exactly.
Which is more expensive.
Yeah, it's more expensive than you think, but you're charging efficiently. And, bro, just get home and put it in, bro. It's not that big of a deal, right?
Talking about hikes in electricity that we just recently had and charging the Tesla, I see a very tiny difference in my electrical bill. Like, I see the hike more than I see the actual jump in a cost that related to charging the car. So
no, bro, the money you save on gas is insane.
Yeah, I think it's a great alternative for someone that hates going to gas stations because you plug that shit in, it's always there, it always charges, you know.
Yeah.
Especially if you're charging at night when the tariffs are lower than during the day. It could be a viable option, especially someone that doesn't drive a lot.
We've said this plenty of times. If you've got 40, 50 grand to spend and you want to get a new car and you don't really care, get a Tesla, bro.
Yeah.
Get a Tesla. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone who came tonight to hang out with us and chat. Matt, my dad,
again,
Arthur,
guys.
Ozzy, congratulations. Can't wait to see the watch. Yeah, you guys remember,
like,
Vitality.
subscribe, Vitality, and Ozzy. Yeah, I can't wait to fucking see that thing. That